sorry, sweet potatoes in jar and to get our own slips. We did that last year, and it, with we had minimum success in our harvest, but we think it's because the sweet potatoes did not receive sufficient water. So we're trying again. So and I noticed there's roots coming down, and we have 2 slips starting. I noticed just now.
Wow.
So
Yeah, there were lots of roots there in that sweet potato that was in the jar.
yeah.
So at what point do you think you want to put it out?
Well,
You know what
we're hoping to get the slips off of it, and then we'll plant the slips.
Yes.
So we wanted to do that next month, but it's a little slow in starting. So Tasha said, well, maybe we need to just change the water more often, or maybe put some nutrients in the water or something. So and yeah, so the other thing that we've tried, or I have tried, starting from the pantry or my grocery store stuff, that is I've grown ginger root.
Yes.
From organic ginger I got from the store. I recently thought, oh, maybe I'll try getting some horseradish. But let's see, I'm trying to think what else. I just, before I came up, I haven't researched it at all, but I have some organic chickpeas, and I thought, well, let me just see if they'll sprout. And if they sprout, maybe I can plant them outside.
Yeah.
So I would like to get more beans that we can dry to eat during the winter. Some plants for that going.
So that's an interesting point, because that's actually my video, but I couldn't upload it for some reason. I'm at the library, and sometimes they cut off. So I took a video earlier of the lentils that I was sprouting from yesterday's Plant Your Pantry challenge. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, who's watching live, it's the Plant Your Pantry challenge at growmyownfood.com, where we're going to challenge you to grow something from your pantry without buying anything, and to start a garden with it. So now yesterday, I started sprouting in a jar lentils.
Okay.
And the thing with that is, when you sprout it in water, we're used to what quinoa sprouts in water, and then you get these little tendrils, right? And that's what when you cook, you can now cook with them in their sprouted form, and they're more digestible to us when we do that. So that's the purpose of sprouting in water, or as garnishes, and sprouted mung beans, sprouted soybeans are great for like Asian stir fries. So we cook with it after you've sprouted it. But they don't always create a nice long root like the soybeans do when you do in those Asian stir fries. They often will just have a little, like a little tiny tip comes out, and that's it. That's sprouted. Even with sprouted almonds. So, when you buy sprouted almond flour, and you're like, why don't I try sprouting my own almonds? And you try to get the unhulled, the seed that's not yet hulled, and you try sprouting those. They don't really create even the little sprouting start of, and they're considered sprouted after 24 hours.
Okay.
So just to let you know that when you start those garbanzo beans, you'll see the little tip maybe.
Okay.
But you'll probably don't expect more than that, because I've done that where I left them like, I'm not seeing any root, and then it's been 3 days and it's already getting rotten in the water.
Okay.
You're wondering, what am I doing wrong? And it's smelling, but it's not meant. So it really wants the soil at that point, or you can cook it at that point when it starts, after 20 sprouting.
Okay.
So good question. Things that I was showing here in this video, and I don't know, I don't want to pan it into the camera. Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
This is day 4 of Plant Your Pantry Challenge. Hello, I'm Nikki, and I'm from Permaculture Gardens. And this is still the beans that we started yesterday. We sprouted in water. And I told you guys that I basically drain this every 12 hours, or whenever I see that the water is murky. And the way I do that is to just And this is probably sprouted enough. Now, if you don't see tails, this is ready for you to cook. And you can say that you used sprouted lentils in the cooking. Now, these lentils, you won't see the tails come out of them really, even though you can see like the start of the roots right there. See that? So that'll get a little bit more pronounced as you sprout, but it's not going to, it'll probably disintegrate before it creates the roots because it is looking for that soil. But that sprouting, the act of sprouting it in water already releases enzymes that allow you to digest it better. So here's one thing that we did yesterday. And today's challenge is to look for something else to sprout. These are, or start, these are sunflower seeds. So if you go in your pantry and you have sunflower seeds, these make excellent microgreens. And microgreens are more nutritious as a baby version than the full-grown version. And we don't even eat sunflower as a full-grown crop, but these shoots are so juicy, super yummy. Oh my gosh, you look at that. Super fat and juicy and sweet. And I have to turn this around. It's delicious. I don't know if you actually saw me there because I can't flip the phone when I'm recording. But I hope that you guys go into your pantry and check out your seeds and spices and see which ones you might want to sprout. This one is sproutable. It's the whole seed.
Mustard seed.
If you have sesame
Ooh.
seeds, that's sproutable. If you have quinoa, you can make microgreens from that. So give it a try. What are you going to pull out of your pantry today? A seed that you're going to try to sprout in water or in soil.
All right.
So
That's
this,
it. That's the video I couldn't upload. I was hoping that because on Tuesdays and Thursdays I bring the kids to school and I just stay. They go to school far away at this point in time, and then I just stay around this area and hang in a library. So here I am. And I was like, oh no, I have the Pantry challenge today. But yeah, so then it sparks some like, okay, what else can I sprout that's in the pantry? Some have sprouted rice. I don't know how that goes really. Have tried growing. And then I have a whole other jar of barley and kamut.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna try those and see, because barley is supposed to be a cover crop anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, what comes of those. So yeah, it's exciting to look at. You're right, ginger. I was gonna do ginger tomorrow, so watch out. That's for tomorrow's pantry.
Yeah, so I mean, and our potatoes that I planted were from potatoes that I bought for the pantry that were organic, that we just planted them out. And I see they're starting to come up. So
Wow.
yeah. Well, it's 80s here now.
Oh my gosh.
It's
it's
higher than average. It's not normally that warm here. But things are just like really popping up here. So
oh my gosh. So you could direct sow them right away out there.
yes. Yeah. So yeah.
And
That's
so
really
for
good.
mung beans, I've
Huh?
grown them in the garden. For mung beans, I've grown them straight in the soil in the garden.
Uh-huh.
And they've come up for me and created new mung beans.
Okay.
And
Okay, so mung beans is something I could try growing. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So,
fun.
okay.
All
So
right, well-
I wanted to apologize for not joining you yesterday. I'm not.
No.
Something came up here, but I also forgot about it. Wednesdays, it's not on my radar yet that you have the Wednesdays thing, so
yeah,
I'm very sorry.
Oh, no worries. It was a lot of fun. So yesterday we had watch parties inside the GIY community. If you're interested, and for those who are not in GIY yet, check it out. It was a lot of fun, and we ended it with actionable things like what DIY soil tests could we do ourselves?
Mhm.
Not just for pH, which you could do with purple cabbage juice, but for just looking at the waters, the different layers of the water, how much
Yes,
sand
the
you have,
physical.
the
Mhm.
physical, so how much sand you have. And somebody in the group actually discovered when we reviewed Matt Power's 4 quadrants of what kind of soil are you, and at the end we had to ask ourselves what kind of soil we were. Oops, and that's, yeah, and so it was good. So I don't have a recording, but I will post some of the things we chatted about in the.
Oh, please do, because I'm sorry, I missed the,
No
yeah,
worries, no worries. We'll see you there. We'll see you next Wednesday for Holistic Orchard.
yes,
Um,
Michael Phillips.
yeah, Michael.